Shape Up Somerville is a community-based environmental approach to reversing a trend of childhood obesity in Somerville. And more importantly, it's about raising the social consciousness of an entire community and its leadership and thinking about what policies we implement that affect the way we eat, the way we live, the way we move, and our tenets of eat smart, play hard, move more, and I like to say live well, guide all our policy decisions. The major question I get from mayors around the country, CEOs, administrators, managers, is how can we afford to do this? And my response is you cannot afford to not do it. Much of what we do in our community is consistent towards improving our quality of life, and it's our responsibility not to govern within the four corners of a budget. A budget doesn't tell you about the health and well-being and livability of your neighborhoods. So it's important to embrace tenets and develop policy that improves the quality of life of all those who want to live, work, play, raise their children, or send their children to your schools. And it can be done. And with very few resources, we've been able to do that. We've been able to be very aggressive about applying for grants, receiving grants. Again, Somerville is a very new revenue-constrained community like every other city and town in Massachusetts. And there are many things you can do that don't cost money or that are cost neutral. Shape Up Somerville approved restaurants was very little cost on the city. Getting kids involved in developing menus in the school or doing taste tests, it was very cost neutral, I would submit. We're all building parks that are made flexible for very diverse populations, that entice a variety of different types of programming. Evaluating our recreation programs to make sure we're using the resources that we do allocate very effectively to achieve the most attractiveness and most participation in all those programs. So there are a myriad of things we can do as municipalities, even with few resources. That's really important. And we're able to sustain this because of our effectiveness, our ability to obtain grants, and everything we do is embraced around the policies and tenets of Shape Up Somerville. Somerville's residents have thought it's a good thing that we should make our community healthy, because healthy communities are productive communities. And our consciousness is raised to a level that we believe the healthy choice should be the easy choice in our schools, in our neighborhoods, in our squares. Well, in our schools, we've had more structured recess programs. We were able to receive a grant to be the first community in Massachusetts to create Cycle Kids, where we have 10 bicycles at each school and teaching kids the safety rules around riding bikes and how to ride a bicycle. And that's in every school. The city, we have those 10 bikes in every school in the community now. Outside the city, we've revamped our recreation department to have a program that entices a very diverse population in the city of Somerville. We've painted bike lanes across every major boulevard in the city, and we'll be painting 10 miles of bike lanes in the upcoming year, which makes a statement to the community that we embrace a multimodal form of transportation in this community. And you see more bicyclists participating, using the bike lanes. And we've done a lot around utilizing our Chapter 90 monies from the state to make our streets safer, calming traffic with bump outs and raised traffic tables. We've improved the type of materials we use to paint our crosswalks, having more illuminated crosswalks, and we've done a host of other things to calm traffic, to make people feel safe if they're going to walk to the park with their family, walk to school, travel to the squares to do their shopping, ride their bicycle. Creating policies that allow us to access good and wholesome foods. And what you see as a result, as a consequence of bad policy around the built environment, it's been very difficult, especially for communities in the inner core, to walk, to bike, to access good and wholesome food, and bad land use policy adds to that challenge. Farmers markets and our squares and Davis Square and Union Square, soon to be East Somerville, and winter markets we're about to create, allows people to have access to good and wholesome food options such as produce and fresh fruits and vegetables. Adding those fresh fruits and vegetables and all day throughout the school lunch, throughout the school menu program, school menu options in our school food program has been critical as well. I think the collaboration between the city and the schools in Somerville is an incredible success story. Many municipalities, you've seen this sort of unofficial divide, a lack of cooperation between city agencies and the school department. That cohesiveness, that synergy is critical to moving forward. School children are in that environment. They are captured within the school environment for 9 months out of the year. So it's really important that our policies are aligned towards affecting a better lifestyle for them. And engaging the school children in how we develop our menus for our school lunch was critical. Developing good food policy working together with our health department and the school committee and the school department has been an incredible success. There's a tremendous economic upside for your communities for industry that wants to locate there, to be in communities that believe in healthy living and promote healthy living. I would think it's more of for elected leaders and managers and administrators to understand that our role goes beyond developing a balanced budget or improving our bond rating. Even in times of fiscal austerity, we have the ability to improve people's lives. Developing good policy that improves our quality of life is incumbent upon all of us. And if we can keep that lens, if we can keep that approach and act today with an eye towards tomorrow of improving the quality of life of all those in our communities, we will have healthy communities and we'll be a productive Commonwealth as a whole.